We've been acquainted with Marg and Bridges of Love for the last 4 to 5 years. We came on board with that organization right at the very beginning when Bridges of Love was trying to coordinate and organize and mobilize churches alongside of other emergency organizations where we could work together should ever a pandemic or a disaster strike our city. And we have watched this organization evolve from that type of an environment and an engagement on our behalf as a church to the full-fledged CERT training which she is presently involved in now. As I reflect on the last few years, it has been quite a journey learning how to come alongside with other churches and our emergency organizations and say we do believe that churches play a very valuable role in communities when it comes to any kind of an emergency. Oftentimes churches are one of the first responders. And so with the Faith Emergency Preparedness Initiative back at the beginning, we learned how we could be an effective first responder as a church. Also as a church, we were able to create a team, mostly for us amongst our ushers, who are also our church first responders. We were able to bring them together as a team, get them trained in first aid and other emergency preparedness dynamics, and just become a healthy contributor to the Bonavista Downs community. It is invaluable to have churches be a part of community life, and especially that means when they are struggling or hurting or we are in a crisis of any sort. But why is it also important for us to take the CERT training? A year ago, as I say, we put our ushers together. They are our church's first responders. So we brought all our ushers together. We formed a significant team, and we have put them in the CERT training. And in about another week, all 8 of us in our team will be fully qualified in our community emergency response dynamics. We feel that as a church, we bring 3 valuable things to our CERT training. The first one is that, as I said, we are oftentimes, churches are the first responders in any community dynamic during a crisis. And therefore, if we are CERT qualified, we as those first responders are able to first look after ourselves as well as our families during any crises. But then we can also bring our knowledge and our training to the communities and be helpful as well as qualified to some degree to be of some assistance. It also allows us to come alongside the emergency response organizations, whoever they may be, and we can say we have been trained to a certain degree, so how can we be of a support to you? The second reason why we feel that CERT training is important to churches is that as followers of Jesus, we are commanded to love our neighbors. And what better way to show that we love them than we are officially and properly prepared for certain emergencies, that we are available to the various families in whom we serve, that we are prepared to help, at least to a degree, in any kind of crisis, and that our church is also prepared and ready to take on any members of our community should they be pushed out of their homes or forced out of their homes in any way. So that CERT training is valuable to us as a church and as believers. And I would say that finally, as a church, why the CERT training is so valuable is in our church we have 350 members. So we actually have the bodies and the people available to help in any kind of an emergency situation. And then, as I say, we have a CERT qualified team of 8 ushers and staff here at our church, and we are able to give guidance wherever it is necessary and needed. So why CERT? Well, I think the name itself says why. Community Emergency Response Teams. And we here at Bonavista Church take our responsibility to our community very seriously. And therefore, our team is ready, they're prepared, and they're qualified to a certain degree to be of any assistance, first of all to the members of our community, and then to any emergency response organization that needs our building or our help in any way.